You ever been welcomed into a group or community or friend group, and at first you felt welcomed, and then after a while you felt very ostracized and like the outcast? Keep listening. Terry Ann Talks, let's talk about it. Let's talk about mean girls disguised as friends, pretending to welcome you, pretending to care for you, just so they can have you in close proximity to keep their enemies closer and have a shit show with you, having fun of making you the butt of everybody's joke, talking about you behind your back, gossiping about you, and playing you right in your face. And I want you to know that these people that decide to do this, they are mean girls. They are insecure. They are bitter. They are emotionally immature. They lack emotional intelligence. They lack self-awareness, and they are not the most genuine people to be around. Because a lot of times what can happen is when you are around these people, you may think that you have done something wrong to them, or maybe if you just maybe weren't so quirky or weren't so friendly or whatever it is, fill in the blank, that you felt you had to be less of yourself so that these people would not treat you as such. That's false. You do not have to dim your light. You do not have to change who you are, as long as you are not causing harm to anybody. As long as you are, if you are just giving out love and genuineness and kindness and respect, compassion, grace, and empathy to people, and you are giving out your love, and people decide to take your love, chew it up and spit it out and throw it back at you with hatred, that's a them problem, but not a you problem. You see this happening a lot, especially within groups of girls, whether this is in middle school, high school, or even college. You see a lot of this happening. This can happen within a like a friend group, or let's say you're in college and this happens with a set of roommates, like something like that can happen. Or let's say this is a sport or extracurricular or a community, or whether it's a sorority group. Whenever you have a group of women together that are insecure and they collectively don't want to work on themselves, change themselves, and someone comes around that has a beautiful bright light, someone that triggers their inner demons, triggers their insecurities, and instead of those women actually self-reflecting and looking within themselves as to why this person, you, bothers them so much, instead of them dealing with that, they would rather project all of that negativity and insecurity onto you to make you feel bad, to make you feel shame the way that they feel shame. Another group of people that this happens to are autistic girls. Whenever you have an autistic girl and she involves herself into a group of girls, a friend group, and not really picking up on the social cues, not really picking up that these girls really don't like her, really don't have her best interest at heart, that they are playing with her, that they are playing her, they are not being genuine with her, a lot of that stuff she misses. And a lot of these horrible girls will take advantage of that. And whenever you like, if when you look back on that situation, if you've ever been in this predicament where you have joined a group of girls and a friend group, and they made you feel welcomed at first, but then after a while they just made you feel so unwanted, so unappreciated, so unloved, so just, tolerated. And then when this happens, it's like when you look back at that moment, it's like a canon event. It's like, she has no idea what she is getting ready to get herself into. Man, I wish I could warn her. But listen, the wisdom that you have today came from those experiences that you went through. If you hadn't struggled in the past, in those moments, then you wouldn't have the experience and the strength that you have now, because you did your best at the time with whatever energy you were at, whatever mindset you were at, whatever maturity level you were at. You did whatever awareness you were at. You did the best of your ability at that point. And when people take advantage of what you lack and they exploit it, they are doing this on purpose. They are doing that as a way to gain control, as a way to gain power, as a way to feel superior. And anybody that goes out of their way to throw shade at you, to say negative things to you just because they want to feel superior, those people already feel inferior to you in some type of way. They won't ever admit to you what problem they have with you, because they keep that to themselves, but they don't want to admit it to themselves out loud. They don't want to admit it to other people that they are gossiping about you and talking behind your back. They don't want to admit it to them either. They would rather keep their insecurities on the hush hush, and they would rather instead use displaced aggression, misdirected anger, and really kind of deceive you into thinking that the issue that they have with you is something totally isolated of something else, of something that you have done, did to them, said to them, or even allegedly said or done or did to them. They make up insane lies and rumors just to have a reason to have an issue with you. But when this is happening, these people are so afraid of their own insecurities. They are so afraid of their own shadows, and they lack the strength and the courage and the confidence to actually face their insecurities, to look themselves in the mirror and be real with themselves about how they're feeling and why they feel so intimidated, and just being real with themselves that it's okay to have envy towards others, because envy is something that is natural, that all of us feel. Envy comes before jealousy. The jealousy is like 3 steps beyond envy. Okay, envy is a feeling. Jealousy is the action. Jealousy is acting on the feeling of envy. So envy is normal, but you can stop envy from manifesting into jealousy by you just loving on yourself and finding that root cause of the wound that you feel, because envy is stemming from you, of a wound within you. When you envy someone else, it's because you see that they have something that you lack. And by you identifying what that lack is, you can heal that wound and address that wound, find the root cause of it, so that you can love on it and nurture it and give that wound what it needs, so that way you diminish that envy, because the envy now has redirected towards a path of love, so that it dismantles. It's all about the way that we direct that envy. When you direct it with love, it disappears. When you direct it with hatred, it grows. I'll go ahead and give you a story time or an example about how a group of girls really tried to play in my face and just wanted to make me feel so inferior. So when I was in college, I was involved in a sorority, and when you are in a sorority, you know how I was in one of the black sororities, okay, not one of those other Caucasian ones that people that you rush for. No, I didn't have to rush for this one. But you know how like in some of those other sororities they have like a big and a little. Okay, yeah, in the black sororities it's a pledge mom and a pledge daughter. Okay, so when I joined the chapter, I was joining the sorority, I was having a moment where my own pledge mom, the one that was assigned to be my pledge mom, because everyone gets one, I even have a pledge daughter, okay? But my own pledge mom said to me, she's like, "Oh yeah, Terry. Well, when we were choosing to have people as their daughters, I got stuck with you because didn't nobody want you to be the." Didn't nobody want you to be their daughter? Like, nobody wanted you as your daughter, like as their daughter, bro. Like, but I got stuck with you, so now I'm with you. Sorry, okay, a couple red flags there. One, if that was the case, that no one wanted me as their daughter, why would you go say that directly to the person, to me, to throw that in my face, to say that to me? Why would you say that? Are you trying to make me feel bad? Are you trying to make me feel inadequate? Are you trying to make me feel unwanted? Are you trying to make me feel unloved? Well, if you weren't, you wouldn't have said that to me, but that's what you were trying to do. And also, you could have kept that to yourself, Danny Hines. You could have kept that to yourself. You could have not spoke about it. But you see how they say things to you, and they say it in such a joking way, in such a playful way, but it's a backhanded compliment. If you feel the undertone and the energy behind the words behind what a person is saying, the energy behind their words, you will know that a person is definitely trying to play you. They're definitely trying to bully you. They definitely are trying to belittle you. They definitely are trying to shame you. They want you to feel bad, because basically her intention was, I want you to feel just as insecure and inferior that I feel to you. So let me find a way to bring you down. It's pathetic, right? But it's okay, baby. Keep shining.